Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Monday show with Bearded Veteran Creates, viewers panel. A little bit different today because we've got a special offer on for you. So today, if you come and view me, you get not only one veteran, not two veterans, or even three veterans, but four veterans for the price of one subscription. Hello, guys.
Hi, Mikey. How you doing?
So, for those that don't know, the one in the bottom left corner underneath here is the budget modeler, aka Steph.
Hello.
And of course, you all know John, our crazy Australian friend.
Crazy.
And we have Gary from Gary Stuff.
Hi there.
He's looking like he's got a lot of floaty bits of dust around his head today.
I have. It's
or a lot of spirits.
Yeah. Yeah. A special Halloween episode. I've summoned the spirit of ethics past.
Mystic Mug's gone crazy.
Yeah.
Mystic Mug is
We'll have to do
absolute
that.
honor.
Halloween, do a Halloween episode.
Yeah, why not do a Christmas one?
Yes. Good.
It's a bit early.
Right.
Yeah.
Hot cross buns have hit the
What have you
shelves
three been up to?
in Australia, so that means they're getting ready for Easter.
Yeah.
Before Halloween, before Christmas.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Yeah.
Sorry, well,
Yeah.
did you ask what we've been doing?
Yes,
Right.
I did.
Not a lot.
John, what have you done since Friday?
You know what? I'm going to have to go over there and get it, so go to somebody else first.
Okay. Steph, what have you been doing?
Me, as I'm having a camera shoved down my throat tomorrow morning, I'm just doing a bit of clean up and tidy up on our kit bash that we're doing.
Will you be doing this live?
What, the shoving down the throat?
Yeah. Will they be streaming it live?
I can find out if we can. So that's going to be the engine. Well, I say the engine. It'll have one there and one there, like so. So that'll be the smokestack. That's the steam stack. That's the turbine that runs the hydraulics. You've got a water and a hydraulic container that go on there. Let me just pull this back a bit so you can see. So that'll go on there. You've got the engine that I'm just hacking and bashing at the moment.
Excellent.
Just loads of other stuff. There you go. That's one of the legs. So you've got a G-string on it.
Oh, where?
So yeah, it's just bashing lots of stuff. So that's what I'm playing about with.
Excellent. What are you doing today, Gary?
Today, I'll be mostly creating lots of dust. I don't know if you remember one from the live stream. So is this one of the conundrum kits was the Martin Baker Tank Buster. Very odd thing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So I thought, you know what, I'll actually start doing something with it. So I've got the wing kind of in one piece now and sort of clean. So I was just starting to assemble the fuselage parts, really. Just a little thing to play with. I have also been doing the Ethics Tiger Moth that was in the offer at Lidl this year. The Series 1 kit, or the skill level 1 kit that is this big. This is the fuselage. As you can see, loads of space to work on. That's the fuselage. It's in the anti-spin strakes at the back here. You have to chop a bit out the fuselage and put these in separately. Okay, these little bits right at the very back. So this skill level 1 kit, you have to be able to chop things off and put things back in again. It's a nightmare. It's getting there though. It looks pretty, but it's so small. I mean, that is a tiny. This is 1/72nd scale. Goodness sake.
Well, small aircraft anyway, aren't they?
Yeah.
So, yes, it was £7 at Lidl, so it's a bargain. But my God, it's the wings.
John, what have you been up to? Oh, go on,
Right. Now do the wings.
It's the wings. That's my hand.
Yeah, it's a bit smaller than the one we did, isn't it, stuff?
Yep.
Hey ho.
All right. Well, I've
So what have you been up to, John?
pretty much finished. This is the Tornado Italeri 48 scale GR4. I'm doing it as a GR4. It's not 100%, but it's 98%. So, so we've got a BOS pod out there, 2 external tanks, a Sky Shadow ECM pod, and in the middle here we've got 2. These are Paveway 4s. Now, one goes there, one goes in a center bomb rack, which I haven't placed yet, because there isn't one in the kit, so I've made one. I need to spray it, mount it. It's shorter than what it should be, but it'll do because it'll be under the bomb. And still in the mail, I'm waiting for what goes in that space there, which will be the lantern pod to highlight ground targets. But effectively, that then brings, I'm not going to mount all these permanently. They're all just loose. So I could probably mail it. But that then, if I can drop these off because they're going to drop off anyway, that effectively brings this Tornado, there you go, tanks off, to a finish. Hooray.
Excellent.
So that's what I've been playing with.
Well done, buddy.
It's a beautiful job on that.
Side again. Thank you.
Yeah.
Done a cracking job, mate. Well done.
I hope he liked it.
Well, if he doesn't, tell him to stuff it.
Yeah, that's right. Now, all right, apart from all that, which I'll move those to a safe place, uncharacteristically. Right, so what I've started as a spur of the moment thing, this is a Honda Jazz. Marketed as a fit but Jazz down there, but it's America, they call it a fit. And I'm going to be modeling this to look like my daughter's car, lovingly called Surge, the much maligned little runabout that, 2 of my daughters have had. Has passed on to a 3rd child in the family now. He doesn't want it, but it's a reliable car. Apart from that, so all I've done with that is cut bits off sprues ready for primer before I go ahead and paint anything. So that then brings me back to finishing off the Qatari 1/32 scale Spitfire Mark 1A mid. So what I've started doing on it is placing masks, paint masks, which were created by a friend of the channel and a very good friend, Mal Mayfield of Miracle Masks. He gave me a set of these things, both in 48 scale and in 32nd scale. In fact, this is a 48 scale one, and how they turn out. So I'll be modelling the same aircraft, which is Pat Hughes, the Australian that Tim, if you remember, possibly some audience members were talking about last week. And so it'll be looking like this, just a little bit bigger, So there we go. So that's what I'm going to be pottering with today.
Excellent. What have you been up to, Mikey?
Right mess of it.
I've been working on my Australian Centurion diorama.
Wow.
However, I can't show it on live stream because of the name on the tank. the kit came with 3 options for names, all of which involve female genitals. So I
Okay.
can't show them on YouTube.
Fair play.
But I will show you after the stream.
Okay.
For those that are in my Discord, it's in there, the photo of it, and you'll see why.
Yeah.
It involves female genitals and the word eater.
Okay.
Yeah. So I can't show that on it. So instead, what I'm going to work on is, because I'm going to work on this today. Start this anyway.
Ooh.
Ooh, cool. I like that.
Because hello, that one. There you go.
That's a cool looking thing.
Because the friend of the channel, Mr. Columbus Models, on his Discord, he's got a group build started about World War One. It's anything to do with World War One, and you can either just do your entries between now and March, or you can enter it into the competition side, which has to be historically accurate, and you can win a kit of up to $60 value.
Nice.
So that's probably like a 172 Airfix Tiger Moth in British money.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's really cool.
Excellent.
So that's what I'm going to be working on today.
Fantastic.
Or start. Because everything else is at a stage where I need to prime it and spray it. And I don't want to do that on a live stream because all you'll see is the top of me spray booth.
Yeah.
So
True.
So what we'll do is we'll go through. Well, I'll go through the chat. There's quite a lot of it, so I'll try and rattle it off as quick as possible whilst I'm doing
a lot
this.
of that.
Yeah. You ready, modders? Time to get your rattle can going.
As it were.
Modders says, doesn't count if you're the one to create the video. Yes. That's because I wrote a comment saying first comments, something like 10:13 or something like that last night.
Yeah, it's not getting
says,
competitive.
First comments and second.
It's all healthy.
Yeah. Tiffany said, first comment and second. Mikey's comment disappeared for some reason. Damn you, modders. Duke says, third official comment then, if Mikey's disappeared. Ha ha ha. Damn you, Duke. Jim says, Guten Tag. He says, good afternoon, Mobmin. He says, good afternoon, evening to our gracious hosts. Duke says, good day, Tiff, Jim, Mikey, John, and Gary. And Steph, of course.
G'day.
But I don't think I said that you're on here by them. Jim says, and a healthy hello to all in chat, aka the usual suspects. Yeah, they put all this before we came live.
Yeah.
They are good on this one. They start chatting about 10 minutes before.
Excellent.
Yeah. So Julie said, 8th comment. Modders said, will be a moment later, our host is making a brew. Yes. Julian said, afternoon all. Julian says, good day, Julian the 8th. Julian says, afternoon, Tiff, Duke, and Jim. Duke says, forethought and planning, Mikey. Yes, I did have forethought and planning. It's just I was busy. I literally came in from town and switched the computer straight on. Tiffany says, afternoon all, please hit that like button on your way in, please, and thank you. June says, done. Duke says, welcome, Steph.
Thank you.
Jim says, good morning, Steph. Glad to have you aboard.
Good morning, Jim. Thank you very much.
Darkside says, well, it is October. Jim says, Gary Stuff, Bears won yesterday, playing in London next Sunday and Wembley Stadium.
36-10 they won yesterday. Excellent game.
Wow. I have no idea if that's good for the American football.
It's good.
American football.
It is good.
Yeah. was talking to Kay about that last night, about American foosball, because the CTE stuff, scandal and everything. Because we were watching the documentary about Vince McManus and wrestling, and they were talking about CTE and wrestling and stuff, and how he actually, one of the ex-wrestlers, was one of the guys that did research into it. And he realised that a lot of wrestlers were dying young because of this CTE. And it was after that wrestler just went nuts and murdered his whole family and everything.
Right.
So yeah, and so we talked about it. I said, and I was explaining to her about how it came out in football, American football and stuff. Yeah. Julian says, "Afternoon, Mikey, John, Steph, Gary."
Julian.
Hello.
Duke says, "Hot cross buns are so nice. They should be in the shelves all year round anyway."
That's true. That's true.
They pretty much are anyway. So yeah.
I know.
Julian says, "Slaps you two for doing it to me again. Not updating when the stream begins."
Oh, is that Mikey frozen?
Yeah. Jim says, "Good evening, Paul." Yeah. I don't know what's going on today. Streaming has been a pain. Jim says, "Good afternoon, Julian." Because I think there's a hell of a lag as well. Dark Side says, "Looks a little thick to be a G string. Looks more like an A or a D string." Jim says, "Gary Stuff got a detail set for that fuselage, Mr. Evans?"
As you mention it, yes, I do.
Ah,
there it is.
Oh, nice.
There we go.
Yeah, it's a fuselage set for it from Brengham.
Oh, nice. Julian says, "Jim, it looks like a whole flipping. The kit is a whole flipping detail."
Yeah, it is.
Jig says, "One piece of photo etch and that's the fuselage filled."
Yep, pretty much.
Julian says, "Mikey, are you in Baldrick's class for advanced mathematics? 3 and that one." Yes. He says, "Duke, you're familiar with Gary's love of photo etch then?" Runs.
Oh, yeah. Love photo. Me. Oh, yeah.
Mikey, Julian says, "Mikey, the 7 Ps, properly prepared plans prevent things, particularly for performance." Yes. Like I said, it wasn't that it wasn't prepared. It's just that I've been busy. Jim says 36-10 is a dominating score in the NFL, sort of akin to a football game with 5-0 score.
Yeah.
Rugby score makes more sense to me than football.
Yeah, 4-0, 5 minutes. Probably sorted.
Junior says, "Jim McMahon." You mean Mikey, not McManus? Yeah, whatever. I don't care. He's American.
Yeah, Jim.
Spellings, mate. That was Julian. Yeah, but their spelling never makes sense. I mean, they can't even spell the word colour correctly. Jim says, "Julian, I think Mikey meant Vince McMahon, former wrestler and now league owner." Yes, I did. And he doesn't own it anymore. He's brought up on. He's been investigated, so he was made to leave. Oh, I got some cool books today. This one is the history of my town in all the old photos.
Excellent.
And pictures and things. I have to zoom out a bit. There you go. So it's all old photos of the town where I live.
Oh, very nice.
Like the 1800s and early 1900s. So a lot of these places are still here. Like, as I explained to John, when I went to town this morning, that's the road I actually drove up. but that was taken in 1905.
What you need to do, well, you don't need to. What you could do is do a then and now picture and merge them halfway.
Yeah.
So, with the speed limits in Wales, is that the time you left to make it to the podcast?
Yeah.
1905 yesterday.
Yeah, just after rush hour.
Yeah. And then I got that one as well. So that's all pictured in the maps of the high street and things where all the old shops were and stuff. 1975, 1935, and 1905. So it's quite nice. An old £1 note. I bet you remember them, don't you, Gary?
Nice.
Makes a change. He's not picking on me.
Yeah, those old big white paper fivers, brilliant things.
Oh God, yes. Try tucking one of those in your pocket when your gran gives it to you.
Yeah. Linen fivers, my God.
Imagine getting your hands on all the ones that they pulled out of Lake Toplitz.
Oh, yeah.
We've got some more comments.
Mm-hmm.
June says, yep, cue me getting the first name wrong, Jim. June says, Mike, once saw a guy on Pimp My Ride. Hello, what's going on? It said, once saw a guy on Pimp My Ride called Antoine. Guess what nationality he was? American? Because that's not how you spell Antoine. Jim says, professional wrestling was never an honest game of open competition. Choreographed showmanship, not a sports hall. Yeah, that's why when the World Wildlife Foundation made them change their name, they changed to World Wrestling Entertainment rather than Federation, because they openly admitted that it was choreographed and predetermined. June says, I left just after the last live stream ended, and I was just in time. Oh, for getting back. I see what you mean.
Yeah, I got it. I had a mouthful of tea at the time.
Yeah.
This thing.
June said, I was born just before decimalization. I was born well after. But Dad remembers it.
I remember it. Very
I
well.
was 3 when they did decimalisation.
I was more than 3.
7 years ago.
Yeah.
So let's see how many nationalities we can offend today.
Oh, well, we're off to a good start.
We've already done the Americans, so
We're going to start on the Aussies next.
Yeah, have a go at us. Go on.
can't do that.
Well, we do it ourselves.
They gave us such legends as Rolf Harris.
Oh, all right, okay.
I can't think of the others. So that's
Well,
the
that's
Americans
put
and the
this,
Australians done.
That's put this straight over that limit.
Yep. So that's the Americans and the Australians done. Who's next?
We're doing it in alphabetical order, are we?
Yeah.
Irish, Welsh, Scottish.
Yes, the Welsh with Tom Jones.
Take it slowly. You haven't done Austria yet, or Azerbaijan.
Yeah.
Still got one
As
and a
long as
half
you leave
hours.
Albania alone, you're all right.
Yeah, Putin.
Don't be mentioning him on here.
Oh, so you can mention Rolf Harris.
Yeah, but YouTube likes them people, doesn't it? They don't get banned. Jim says Julian is Antoine from Iceland. That's my guess at his nationality. Julian says, and yes, correct, Mikey. So arguably, the UK won the US War of Independence, as we can say that spelling is not our fault. Julian says, Jim, same hemisphere. Darkside says, Scots, Sonic isn't here. Yes, we take the mick out of Scots all day long. They'd never understand us. Duke says, it's a lot to offend us. We gave Rolf up to England decades ago. Yeah. The Welsh wouldn't have him, though. Apparently, he was going to buy a house. He'd gone to Anglesey to look at a house not long after he came out of Clink. And the locals said if he buys a house, they will burn the house down before he even moves into it. So he went, okay, I won't buy a house then.
Yeah, they don't really like Australians in Anglesey, do they?
They don't like anybody in Anglesey.
Nah.
Yeah, the home of the Valley Commandos.
Easy, you know. Yeah. We had in our unit, we had a pair of twins, 2 twins in our unit from Anglesey. And it's quite funny because obviously when they were going home, they'd always go to the unit and go home together. And one day, one of the brothers hadn't turned up for the exercise because he'd had the weekend off.
Yeah.
So his twin brother came along because he was a chef. And he went home, and one of the lads had nicked one of the plastic owl off the top of the hanger to keep the pigeons, the seagulls out of the vehicle hangers. And he put it on his passenger seat to wind him up, thinking, oh, it'd shock him. He didn't realise until he got home that he'd been speaking to a plastic owl for an hour. He was ace, that guy. Julian says, all England's best friends, the French. Ah, yes. La France. Creators of such magnificent people as Emmanuel Macron.
You really are determined to
June says, we
for
like
every
Kylie.
nation today, aren't you?
Oh, yes.
Was listening
June says,
to...
we like Kylie, John. Sorry, go
on. We're listening. I took Lisa to work this morning, and we were listening to Chris Evans. We had John Bishop on, and one of his first jokes, and it was at the time when the French were barricading Calais and Calais, so drivers couldn't get across the channel. And he turned around and he said, "Look, the French farmers have barricaded all the roads and everything. Yeah, they've done a great job of barricading it. Why couldn't they have done it in 1939?
Ooh.
Too true, too true.
Well, there you go. There's a French.
I guess it's the Americans that call them cheese-eating Spaniards. Julian says, we like Kylie, John, but then she does have Welsh ancestry.
Does she?
So do most Australians.
Except me, I've been told.
Yeah. I've decided you're not Welsh.
I'm not Welsh. Well, I never claimed to be, but my father does.
Paul might be because he's better looking, but...
Yeah.
We've heard your singing. You can't be Welsh.
We haven't had my dad's. That's where I get it from. Foghorn in the middle of the night.
Jim says you have to admit us Americans can be equal opportunity offenders. Yes.
Yeah.
We're actually keeping up with the comments today. Woohoo! Go us.
Yay.
Well done.
Yay. Yeah. Ooh. What time is it? How fast? Ooh, let's see. Oh, laggy. Ooh, coffee. Yeah. Oh, I actually stuck one of my stickers to the mat as well today.
Yay.
Hey.
Looks very nice. Small but nice. Should have another one soon because Bristol Modeler from Instagram is sending me one of his. I think that's cool. If I can get enough stickers that I'd cover this mat, then I would get a new cutting mat and put this one up on the wall. There's like a picture, like an art piece with all the stickers on. I think that'd look cool.
Yeah.
Gary, you need to get some stickers.
I haven't got any stickers yet. I have a man working on them.
Aha. I think it'd look rather nice on my cutting mat.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, on the Saint Chamond, underneath the front of the hull, they had, or underneath the hull, should I say, they had these little barrel-looking things. If I can get it to focus. Yeah, little barrel-looking things, and they slotted in underneath like that. And what they were for is because the front and rear of the tank overhung so much, when they were going over trenches and things, they get jammed into the ground. So they thought if we put these big barrels on as rollers, then it'll help it to roll off the obstacle. It didn't work, but that's why they were there. So they're only on there from the mid and the late tanks. They're not there on the early tanks, early Saint Chamond. I love history. Oh, did everyone check out Columbus Models video they put up the other day?
Oh, the Whippet?
Yeah, the Whippet.
Yeah. Whip it real good.
Yeah. You give me an awesome shout out. Which, if you're watching Callum, was very much appreciated. I think he's probably fast asleep.
He would be. It's, what, 2:30 in the morning there now?
Yeah. And he works during the week, doesn't he? June says, I remember the pub... Put my teeth back in. I remember the pub landlord commenting on income tax being introduced to fund war with France, saying, I don't think we're getting our money's worth. Stand by for a long-range shelling of Lille. Duke says, I saw Columbus's video. Very nice. It was a good video, to be fair. I likes it a lot, I did. So, modders, do you want to put the link in the chat for anyone who wants to come up? They can do. Julie says, if I remember correctly, the French were referred to on QI as cheese-eating surrender monkeys. Yes, they were. They're referred to as that quite a lot. I think the reason they were mentioned on QI as that is because it was mentioned in another show. I think Stephen Fry was involved in.
Probably Blackadder.
Yeah, very probably. Probably Blackadder back and forth or something like that. Yeah. Jim says, I saw Columbus video of his Meng Whippet build. Very nice work. He did do a good job. Jim says, the US were called burger-eating invasion monkeys.
Or was it, I
Unlike
didn't
ours.
start a world war, but I'm going to, sorry, I was late for 2 world wars, but I'm going to start the next one.
Yeah.
That is true.
Just, Mikey, don't
Yes.
do what we did.
Don't mention the war.
Well, sort of. We were talking about Jojo Rabbit, the film,
Yes.
and we kept mentioning the A word from
Yes.
their leader.
Yeah.
And we mentioned it so many times that YouTube took us off. They stopped the video, mid-video, and this is Models for Heroes. And Malcolm's like, what the hell's going on? And he contacted him, and we said to him, look, we were talking about the film Jojo Rabbit. And they're like, were you? And they're like, yeah. But the thing is, it was an automated thing, so just be aware that they will take you down for stuff like that.
Which is why I have to keep telling John to shut up.
What?
At first, it was having to repeatedly tell you not to sing. Then it was repeatedly telling you not to mention that guy.
OAH.
Yeah.
I am.
Refer to him as the guy with the silly mustache. You get, but you're our git.
Ah, yeah.
June says, laugh out loud, Steph. Maybe not start, but certainly they get an assist.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Modders has put the StreamYard link up in the chat. If anyone wants to join in, feel free. You're more welcome to come up and do some modelling with us.
I tell you what, I'm loving Gary's because it just looks like it's snowing.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah. Got the Christmas special in early. What was that, Rudolph? No. Get back in your stall. Not yet. Not yet.
No, I'm not getting the special bridal out just yet.
That's for after the live stream. 9:46. Yeah, I think the problem with it, because Julian's just put another comment up. Where is it? Julian says, Steph, FB will also ban whole groups for daring to mention the name of Guy Gibson's dog. The bot is incapable of determining context. I think part of the problem is as well, is the algorithm is programmed by a group of people who don't understand nuance.
No, they don't.
And
Yeah,
that's something that a lot of Americans notice when they come over here, is that we use a lot of nuance, whereas the Americans don't.
yeah.
They take everything literally.
Yep.
Well, I think a lot of it is because all they're seeing is a transcript. They're not sitting there watching us build models, so they're just they're interested in just the text. And with text, as we've all learned with social media, you can't pick up sarcasm or anything else.
Nope.
Well, yeah, there is that, and the fact that the transcript are always hilariously wrong.
Oh, the mistakes it makes is brilliant.
Yeah. Duke says, Mikey, you should know by now that telling an Aussie not to do something is like a red rag to a bull. Ha 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 ha.
Yeah.
Yep.
Kind of know.
The Aboriginal word for that is hold my beer.
Now we've offended another nation. Hello, Jim.
Good morning, everyone.
That's
We've got a
Jim.
different backdrop today.
Hello, Jim.
Hey,
Hey, good morning to all of you over there and over there and over there. And how is everyone today?
Wonderful. I see you can afford a new background there.
No, what I have is boy, this is going to be kind of awkward. I've got my computer moved over to my workbench, and I thought I'd join you guys, but it's really an awkward angle to do it at because it's a laptop, and I'm you know what it looks like. It's not very So it's very awkward and poor. Let me see if I can elevate it.
No, it's all right. Oh, sorry.
Of course, John. I would expect you to do the first one of that. I wouldn't be disappointed. Hold on a moment,
Just
please.
can't
I'll be
help
right
yourself, can you?
No, I've mentioned no other nations today in Furious Anger, so I might as well go straight for the jugular and do anatomy.
I've got to do something with my volume. Hold on one second.
One, two.
Oh, wrong one. So how's everyone doing today?
Okay.
Steph, it was nice to see you earlier, and welcome aboard to this show.
Thank you very much, Jim, and good to finally meet you.
Yes. I hope the face does not turn you off to the voice.
No comment.
Oh my God! Here, let me see if I can get this thing set right. It's the volume's just a wee bit too strong. Okay, guys, do some talking, please.
Yeah. Julian says, Mikey, reminded me to post the adult version of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer in Discord. Also, my adult version of We Three Kings. I look forward to it.
Okay, there we are. That's much better. I just had to adjust the sound on my computer because I'm running off instead of the speakers being hooked up. I have the sound from the computer going, and it's ear splitting. So I got it adjusted just a little bit better. But yeah, look, I'll be right back, guys. I'm going to try and find something to elevate the computer so the camera is in such an awkward angle.
Hi, buddy. Dark Side says, apparently the UK set for some snow soon, thanks to Hurricane Kirk. Or if you're in Gary's house, it's there already.
Get in.
bloody snow.
Love it.
Not having snow. Not having it. Won't have it.
That's not
Gary,
me.
you're in London. You don't get snow.
Oh well. What the hell? I'll just work on my model, and you just have to look at my face. That's the price you'll have to pay.
You'll be all right, Gary. You don't get snow in London. You just get everything else.
Yeah, we get a bit of snow over here. Not very much, but we do get some snow over here.
Are you talking about the remnants of that nasty hurricane that hit the States, or a different storm?
I don't know.
I don't know, man.
There's
It's just
the way it went through the Gulf of Mexico, then up into the Georgia, then it took a awkward right turn, and that's why North Carolina got slammed and South Carolina did not. But then I think it went back out over the Atlantic. It couldn't possibly go across the North Atlantic in all that cold water.
But the
Make
Gulf
it
Stream gets
okay.
disturbed by it.
Okay, Hurricane Kirk. Okay, yeah, that's the next one that's supposedly brewing. You talk about possible snow over there. Next weekend, we may be in the mid to upper 80s, which
Okay.
is probably close to 30 Celsius for you guys.
I didn't realize you were that old, Jim.
I could see John's not the only one with the bad jokes today.
No.
Have you not been listening?
As Rodney Dangerfield would say, "Who, you're a good crowd."
Darkside says Hurricane Kirk, that was in the US, turned into Storm Ashley, which is what is bringing the snow. Okay.
Oh, okay. So I'm one storm behind. Kirk's already happened. I was thinking about the one that happened prior to that. Anybody been watching Oz scale modeling? Peter in Chiang Mai, Thailand. They're dealing
Oh,
with
the floods. Yeah, terrible.
Yeah. Well, he posted earlier today, or no, it was last night. He's 12 hours ahead of me, and he did another one of his walks in the area, and it seems that the flood has receded. The floodwaters have receded. So things are, well, now comes the second part, which is dealing with the ugly mess left behind.
The smell and everything else.
Yeah, right. Yeah, there's that brown mud that's just everywhere, and he was walking. Certain areas are just inundated with it. Others aren't so bad, but they're dealing with a lot of backed up drainage water. But yes, it was a pretty bad mess. But apparently, they didn't have to shut power off to the building he lives in, but the water supply is still at issue.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, he's a good bloke. I like him, and I was hoping he's going to be okay.
Yeah, he's down to earth, isn't he?
That was part of a typhoon that hit the Philippines, went across the South China Sea and slammed into Vietnam, then across Laos, and then it went into Thailand. So that's a strong storm.
See,
So it's not just us offending other nations, then.
Yeah. See, we don't tend to have problems like that in the UK because God doesn't shit on his own doorstep.
To do something.
All right.
Back on this stream, Jim. Help me out with this one, guys. Duke's last comment.
At least you won't get told to do something to fuck you to the moon and back on this stream.
I mean, if as Oscar Madison said to Felix Unger, if I've been insulted, I think I missed it.
I hate this. Why can't they ever just put bits from the same sprue together instead of one bit from this sprue, one bit from that sprue?
Is this your Michael Jackson tank?
Yeah. It certainly is.
I'm gonna crack on my Tiger while you guys are doing your work. I've been making some headway on the weekend on this.
You think we're doing real work?
Well, it looks it to me.
Don't tell.
Poor
Don't say
deluded
that.
fool.
See, you had a good thing going, Mike, and then you had to tell the truth. So
We had a good thing going, then we had to open the stream.
oh,
That was the weirdest laugh ever.
Yeah. That really,
yeah, you're right. That did sound kind of sheepish.
I'm going to record that and use it as my ringtone.
You'll have people throwing stuff at your phone, Steph. Answer the bloody thing.
They think there's some creepy pervert.
Yeah. But
They
didn't
won't know
mention
it's wrong.
sausages.
Duke says, at least you won't get told to do something to the. Yeah, we read that one, wasn't it?
Twice.
Julian says, talking of ugly mess, no, hang on. That would be offending an entire planet, leaving nowhere to emigrate to.
Yeah, what was that?
B20. You sunk my battleship. For some reason, I thought there was a banister. You just had the camera on the banister then, Jim.
I'm sorry.
I thought, the ball on the end of the banister.
Yes.
I looked at the camera and I thought you just pointed the camera at the ball at the end of the banister. I thought, what the
My
fuck?
head.
Why did you put that there? And I realised it's not. It's just because you got your head down. And I'm not used
Yep.
to seeing it.
Yep, as Chevy Chase did in the National Lampoon Christmas movie, the Newell Post, I think it's called. Fix the Newell Post.
Duke says, on our scale modelling, the lead guy would tell one of the guys to do something to himself to the moon and back. Didn't you hear that, Jim? I wet myself laughing.
No, I'm sorry, I missed that, Duke. I don't know if I was there at the start of the chat. I mean, the live chat. Are you talking about the last one, the Saturday show?
They're saying, I think they probably got it from Isaac Butterfield because he says it a lot.
Oh,
in his
okay.
stand-up shows.
No, that one went over my head, kind of like Dave Allen's jokes used to go over my head. Then I watched it with my best friend's father who grew up in Ireland, and he was laughing uncontrollably at Dave Allen's jokes.
Because he's funny.
Exactly, I agree. But at that time, when I was a wee baron, I was only about 10, 12 years old. We didn't understand any of those jokes.
Yeah. It's like me and Max Boyce songs and jokes when I was growing
I
up.
thought you were going to say you in comedy.
Oh,
You don't understand it.
Gosh.
Well,
I'll have you know, I was watching lots of Spike Milligan last night. It was bloody brilliant.
I've got one of his. In fact, I found on my bookshelf the other day. Not only did I find his book, My Part in The Guy with the Funny Mustache's Downfall, I also found one of his poetry books that I bought ages ago.
All right.
Which is quite interesting.
You know, he lived about probably 45 minutes from where I am now. In the later part of his life, of course.
He emigrated to Australia?
He did.
Okay. I have no idea. I don't know much about Spike Milligan outside of the fact that he and Peter Sellers and one other man were called. What was that comedy team?
The Goons.
Yes, the Goons. Yes.
It's
Seacombe.
Harry Seacombe.
Harry Seacombe.
Okay. Yes. Thank you, Steph. Yes.
Another Welshman.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go, Mikey. All the Welshmen are adding up. Richard Burton, a Welshman?
That's because we're all awful.
Yeah, but he wasn't funny as Harry Seacombe, though.
No, he wasn't. No. I would think he was more of a serious actor, yes.
Yeah, but I reckon, you know, he slept with more better-looking ladies than Harry Seacombe. Let's give him that.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I think he might have needed some psychiatric treatment after dealing with Elizabeth Taylor. That might have done some psychological damage to him, but who knows?
Maybe she was a Welshman.
They were both as bad as each other, those two.
It does sound that way.
That's what I heard. That's the popular story from that relationship, or whatever you want to call it. I have no idea. That's Hollywood stuff. It's fantasy land.
Oh, okay.
Duke says, yes, Jim, that was on Sunday in the last 15 minutes.
Oh, I'm sorry. I missed that one.
Tiff says, StreamYard link. We have one more space if anyone else wants on. Yes, we do. Feel free.
Yeah. You know what? I'm sorry. I keep talking, Mikey. I'll shut up.
Right. No, it's just because there's a lag, mate. That's all.
Sunday,
talk about Jim.
I see what Duke's saying. Sunday, it's Sunday over there. It was. I'm thinking in terms of what it was for you. Saturday afternoon for me. I see what he's saying. Sunday show, which is his usual time slot. No, I think I tuned out early on that one, Duke. I'm sorry.
June says, I'm not building anything, Tiff, or I may inflict myself on you all. Mate, it doesn't matter if you're not building. If you want to jump on and just have a natter with us, you can do.
Yeah, come on, Julian. I'd love to hear your voice. You got a great sense of humor. If these guys could stand my ugly face, then they can take anybody on.
Hey, you come onto a show with a face like mine.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Why do you think Mikey has a beard?
I'm sorry, Steph?
Yes.
Why do you think Mikey has a beard?
Cover all my chin.
Hey, that's a great beard. I love that. You know, that makes me think of the old cough drop brand, the Smith Brothers. That's a great beard. I mean, my father had a beard all his life, but he never let it grow that long. It was similar to Gary's, but a little bit thicker, but nonetheless, that's a great beard, Mikey. I like it.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Most people tell me to get it shaved.
No, keep it on. It adds character.
Yeah. Every time my family see me, they go, "Oh, you need to get it chopped off." Right.
I'm not up on modern day
next time,
fashion, but are beards popular amongst younger and middle age, or men in their 20s and 30s?
Certain
no
parts
idea.
of the world, sure.
Yeah, hipsters.
That's good description there, Steph. Yes, hipsters. I mean, what I see in America, especially amongst younger guys in their 20s, is a return to those mustaches from the 70s.
Oh God,
Yeah.
the gringo mustaches.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of
Porn
athletes,
star tattoos.
a lot of athletes are wearing those nowadays. Pitchers and baseball players, football players, hockey players.
We call it the Merv,
The Merv.
after a certain cricketer.
Oh, okay, all right. Because I was
Merv Hughes.
if
Yeah.
you're saying Merv Griffin,
Blessed memory.
had a mustache.
And we call really big sideburns Toshis, because that's where Luke was going. He was going to Toshi Station to get some power converters.
Well, sideburns apparently, if I understand my history of it right, which doesn't mean it's correct, it came from allegedly an American Civil War general named Ambrose Burnside. And if you Google a photo of him, you'll see the most enormous mutton chop sideburns you could ever get. There you go. Oh,
Yeah,
that's
Merv Hughes.
holy cow!
Wow.
Now that's a mustache.
Yeah,
Right.
and well now
Guys?
it looks
Guys, pray silent.
Still there. Still got it.
John, shut the fuck up. Julian's in.
Oh crap!
Hey,
Oh,
Say
Julian.
hello to
Hey.
Julian. Shut the fuck up and say hello to Julian.
Hello, Julian.
Hello,
Hi,
Julian.
guys.
Hey, dude.
All
Good
right.
to see you.
Yeah, you too.
So you're joining the crew. Glad to have you on board.
Oh, cool. Well, you've only got yourselves to blame. Well, Mike, actually.
Your sense of humor is
I blame Gary because you came from Gary's channel.
I think
Actually, I'm thinking of adopting that as the motto for my channel. You've only got yourselves to blame. I like that so much.
yeah.
yeah, that is catchy. I like that. You're right.
So if you don't mind, I'll have a little educational point about masking and stuff. Is that all right?
Good luck.
Yeah.
Right. So
We'll
a friend
give
of
you
the channel, Mel Mayfield, mentioned at the start of the thing, he makes his own masks under the brand Miracle Masks. However, he has throttled back on that a lot because a lot of people are taking advantage of him. I think like most people who make decals and masks. I asked for some masks for an aircraft that didn't exist, which is this AZQ Australian Pat Hughes, born in Cooma, died over London in the Battle of Britain. And he graciously made me some in 48 scale and 32nd scale and 3 lots of each. So I was able to give some to a couple of mates as well. And not only did he give me the stencils for the lettering, he also gave me the full camouflage set, which I didn't ask for, but it's just amazing. What's really good about these is once you use them, you see all the numbers on the plan there. I've just numbered with a texter. So I could reuse them again if I need to. That's the B scheme for a Spitfire. And because he was making masks, well, probably I wouldn't say before anyone else, but certainly at the start when people were using this type of material, he says it took him a couple of years to work out how to do it properly. And to make sure that everybody understood, he put together this instruction booklet which is absolutely fantastic. How's that? That's Millie, isn't it? Isn't it wonderful? Just sort of shows how he's very proud of this. He didn't draw it or colour it, but he loves it, and I have to agree, it's fantastic. So going through that, it goes through the steps, how to do it. Like if you make little crosses and everything else, and there's pages and pages of instructions for it, which is you do not get in any brands of masks. So hats off to Mal. I think he's done an incredible job. And I have here all this, everything on this. That's all his masks. There's a 48 scale, and it just absolutely sublime, absolutely brilliant, including the stencil of the aircraft serial number X4009 there. In fact, look, here's a sticker for the same aircraft. Which they're restoring about 150 k's from me, back to flying condition. A lot of work to do. But anyway, so what I'm doing is following his example and making unique sort of crosses. Now, to take them off the backing sheet, I put just Tamiya tape across the whole thing so they don't separate. Once they're placed down, as you can see there, it's got these different marks and different number of, so that's got 4 spokes there. Whereas its alternate only has 2, and they're different angles, so you can't get them wrong. So you get the rotation correct when you stick them back on. That way they don't sort of go oblong and sort of out of shape and all that sort of stuff like that. So it's just a matter now of picking out whichever one. If I'm going to do the red in the center, take out the middle one, mask everything else up, hit it with a little bit of red, put that back on, go to the next color, and you just take your time and do it like that. It's the same with the roundels there. So once all the roundels are complete and the flashes, I'll go back and do the serials on the fuselage. But yeah,
okay.
Very nice.
Oh,
Mikey,
Yes.
I'm going to head off because my back's playing up.
All right, buddy. Now,
sorry
thanks
to
for
hear
coming
that. That feel better soon.
It's part and parcel of the issues I've got.
Yeah.
So I end up dealing with it. So it was very, very nice to meet you all.
Yes, a pleasure.
Stay
Nice to
safe,
meet you
my
too.
friend. And you. Take care, guys. And I will hopefully see you at some stage tomorrow, Mikey.
All right, buddy.
Take care,
Bye.
Steph. Take care,
Take
Steph.
it easy, Steph.
See you, Steph.
I think Gary's destroying his tinny
kicking the
stuff.
bucket.
The stuff falling out the bin. Don't worry.
So, Julian, how are you finding the channel?
Well, it was on the monitor, so I thought, might as well watch. Oh, you mean...
So, how's life down south?
Well, it's actually sunny.
Bloody
I
hell.
can see that round, bright thing in the sky. Oh, with the sun. Yeah, that's it, yeah. Don't see it often enough to remember the name.
I'm surprised Morgan allowed it.
I think it sneaked by when his back was turned.
Where are you? Are you in Wales, Julian?
Yep, I'm in South Wales.
South Wales. Okay.
About 9 miles from Cardiff.
Okay. Ah, all right. Okay. I got a rough idea where that is. Yeah.
He's south of the border.
Yes, I was going to say, is there some kind of north-south thing going on here that I'm not aware of?
Yeah.
No, not so new.
No. We're one united country, honest.
Well, that's
Yeah.
good to know. I would hate to think you're going to behave like some provincialism thing was going to start coming up.
We don't have a problem with the south. We just have a problem with the people in a certain building in the south.
Oh, yes.
We love the people from the south.
So did you say, 13 miles from Cardiff, Julian?
About 9.
About 9. So in what direction? Towards Swansea or somewhere else?
Yeah, towards
He's not
Swansea.
going to give
on
you
the
his
coast.
address.
I'm not asking for his PIN number yet. We've only just met.
Yeah, you got to at least take him out to dinner, John.
It's the
Yeah.
yet. It's the yet that worries me.
Yeah. Well, I can say
that
this,
map
that since
behind
I've been watching YouTube, I've been learning a little bit about distinguishing a Welsh accent as opposed to a British accent, just a little bit. I'm not trying to be funny.
Julie has a very
Honestly, I mean it. I'm starting to understand it. Because as I've said before, when I first heard Tiffany speak, I thought she was from Scotland, but she's from the north, which is nearest. See, you laugh, and that's totally understandable, because that's as if you were to say to me, well, he must be from Chicago too. I'd be like, no, he's not. He's from Minnesota. Can't you hear it in his voice? He sounds like a Canadian. He says oot, like out, like the North,
yeah.
like Canadians do. You can
It's like
tell.
in Fargo.
You can tell someone's from up north, say around northern Wisconsin or Minnesota, because you hear them say, yeah, they got to go oot, and it's not quite as strong as the Canadians, but they got that oot referent or not inflection to certain words, that Canadian sound. So when I was up there one time on a vacation, I must have sounded like a freaking total outsider. Sorry, guys.
Dark Side says, catch you soon, Steph. Jim says, Duke, now I get what you mean, Paul. That was on Jason's live chat, Aussie Scar Modeler. I do know what you mean about the moon.
Yeah, now I get it. Remember that now, yeah.
Julian says, rugby league, Duke, or proper rugby? Yes, I like your thinking, Julian. I agree. Rugby league is not proper rugby. It's just rugby on speed. Dark Side says North and South Wales is like Glasgow and Edinburgh. Yeah.
Okay.
Dark Side says, nope, I'm from Northeast, thankfully without the Geordie accent. Yeah.
Is there a difference between the North and Northeast?
Yeah. Direction.
Okay. I'm sorry. What? No. I'm talking in hero lighting. Boy, I look like a bloody fool with these Amazon glasses on. Take a look. Actually, they probably enhance my looks.
You've been very quiet, Julian.
They're necessary, so they're fine.
Talking of the north, do not confuse Lancashire with Yorkshire. That will really upset them.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's another thing. You say Yorkshire and Lancashire. We would say there's a suburb outside of Chicago called Lincolnshire. We go with the Shire. And
again,
we say,
that's because Americans don't have to speak English.
Instead of Devon, we say Devon. Yeah.
Because Americans
Gavin.
don't know how to speak English.
Did you say Gavin as in the name Gavin?
No, Devon.
Devon.
Devon was in Devon and Cornwall.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
We would say Devon.
Wow, I've not heard that before.
Yes.
Oh, so okay. So, can you dispel or confirm, either confirm or deny something I heard the other day, Jim? Apparently, and I don't know if this is true or not. Somebody in Australia was driving around with their American friend. In fact, I think the American friend was behind the wheel. And they came to a stop somewhere, wherever it was. And one of them got out and said, well, put on the handbrake. What? What do you mean? What do you mean? What's that? And he pointed to that. And the American said, no, that's the emergency brake. And he said, oh, okay, whatever you call it.
Yes.
Why don't you put it on? And she said, well, it's by the name emergency, you only use it in an emergency. So apparently Americans don't put handbrakes on. Would that be a lie?
No, that's true. The only time I use a handbrake on my vehicle is to if I'm parking in an uphill or downhill position. But on level ground, like let's say where my car is right now, which is in the driveway of my home, it's just in park.
Oh, okay. That's weird because you'd fail a driving test in Australia because you have to apply it every time.
Well.
Okay, now is that mean with or without an automatic transmission or with
either?
Either.
Yeah,
Oh,
doesn't
either.
matter.
Okay. See, now you would apply it if you're driving a clutch.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
you'd
you
think.
would have to.
You have to do it for any.
Yeah, because you put the gear in neutral and then you put the parking brake on.
If you have to stop for more than a
Yeah.
few seconds, then you're supposed to put the handbrake on in the UK, Australia. Again,
Yeah.
we know how to drive.
Yeah,
See?
Jim,
Oh, do we though? There's a channel you should watch.
Julian, you have a
You
question?
just said parking brake. So
Yes.
is there a difference between the parking brake and the emergency brake? Or
Well,
is it
you could call it either. You could call it either one in our country, Julian. You'd say it's either the parking. Most people would call it parking brake. I would assume that would be
Yeah.
my
Okay.
guess amongst Americans, because the emergency brake. In either instance, you would use that. So yes, we have our own way of speaking here in the States, and it's the worst thing I find is when people decide, and this is starting to happen. Perhaps it's worldwide, I don't know, but perhaps you've seen it in texting there. People using letters for words like "cu" later.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, I just scorn that. It's just pure laziness,
Yeah.
in my opinion. But I don't speak it loudly. I mean, like, I don't tell people I'm texting with that. I just like, oh, okay, and I spell everything out.
I saw a Facebook post yesterday. Somebody said, "You can tell I'm old because when I text, I use complete sentences."
Yeah, same here.
So do I. Yeah. I in fact, I take pride in doing that.
Yeah.
I do. That's why I find doing the Instagram post so hard, because you're only allowed 2,200 characters. So when I'm doing my history post, I have to split it down.
Oh, yeah, that's
I
right.
have to put part of it in the caption and then put part of it in the comments.
Yeah. Well, I think more than anything else, what really turns me off about social media is just it's polluted with a percentage of people who just want to be miserable, want to troll, and just they don't offer anything positive. They may be trying to correct something or someone, but it's always done in such a negative way. It's like, just go away.
Yeah.
Totally agree. Glitch into place. Okay. Right.
I get it now and again on the comments from my channel. People will say, "Oh, you should be doing this. You're doing this. You're doing this all wrong. You should be." So I say, "Okay, that's everyone's got an opinion. Tell you what, why don't you make a video on your channel and show the world how you do it?" Oh, that's right. You don't do that sort of thing. You don't do that. So, when you've got the guts to say something like that, then grand. Otherwise, shut up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Then I block their comments from my site forevermore, and they can't even answer.
Right. Right. No, that's the best solution. And what you mentioned, Mikey, is something that if I ever do get a YouTube channel going, I'm going to remember to do that, where you put them in limbo, or they
Yeah, it's called hide function, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
I love it. I just love the thought of them commenting and sitting there going, "Why is nobody responding and reacting to me?"
Yeah. I mean, look, I understand. I don't mind critical comments, and I don't mind properly worded critical comments. But when it comes to simply being negative for negative sake, or, as I said, hammering someone over the head over something, is just, speaking of head, my God, bald head is right in the camera. I gotta do something about this. But anyway, my point being that it's just not welcome. It's just there's no room for
me to lend you some hair, Jim.
No. Bald is beautiful, Mikey. Bald is beautiful. I'm totally proud of this.
Hey, my dad's bald.
Oh, is he? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Good for him.
He's been bald. He lost most of his hair by the time he was in his late 20s.
Right. I had
donated it to your chin.
Male pattern baldness is on both sides of my family. So what was it, about 12 years ago, I just decided to shave it clean. And hell, I think I look a hell of a lot better. My last two girlfriends love it.
Yeah. I don't have girlfriends. I have a wife.
Well, that's a wonderful thing, Mikey. That's a beautiful thing to find someone that you can spend your life with. My mom and dad had 40 wonderful years together.
Oh, I hope we get that long together. That'd be nice.
Yeah, it is. It really is special. I mean, especially in this age of, I don't know about it over there in the UK or in Australia, but where divorce is an option when people get married.
Yeah.
But we had our 9th wedding anniversary last month,
Right.
so which isn't bad for people our age these days.
Might want to catch up on the comments. We got an interesting guest in there.
Hang on. Kay's coming on. Hang on. I'll switch the camera over. There you go.
I said the reason why we're together for 9 years is I've had to put up with him.
Well,
Really.
that's what my mom could say about my dad. So I'll tell you, that's the way it is behind every man and every woman. So good for you, Kaylee.
I love you, really.
Thank you.
Behind every great man is a woman. Just make sure there's not a cliff in front of you.
Yes, exactly.
Well, Maria said this morning the reason why we get on is because we've got different approaches, but we're all on the same page. And I said, yeah, the only difference is one of us is reading it upside down.
I like it.
But next year is our 30th anniversary, so I guess it kind of works.
Well done.
Wonderful. Good for you. That's really something. I mean, I saw my mom and dad go through hell and back, and they stayed together through it all. And they came out the better for it too.
Yeah, that's right.
So we're coming up to 26 years, Bron and I.
Excellent.
Great. Awesome. Be right back, mates. Got to fill up my cup of Java.
Yeah. I think my nan and granddad are coming, they're 84 now, so I think they're coming up to like their 60th wedding anniversary or something.
For a 60th, if you can apply for a message from the king.
Ooh.
You apply to the anniversaries secretary at Buckingham Palace and send a copy of the wedding certificate or something, and then they'll get a message from the king.
That's probably a question. What's it like?
It used to be Prince of Wales, so
Yeah.
Not that there'd be any bad feeling of like an English monarchy imposing a prince on Wales or anything like that, but I'm just saying.
Oh, none. No.
My granddad thinks that they're all scroungers.
Well, yeah.
I think it's infinitely better to have them than to not.
Yes. It's not about the power they have, it's about the power they stop Parliament from having.
Exactly. But pomp and circumstance, I think the world loves that. And you do it so well.
We do. What were you saying? Sorry, Julian.
Well, it could be worse. You could have a half German, half Greek king.
Yeah.
Exactly. Who would want that?
Exactly.
I'm trying to get this bit of masking tape on without going cross-eyed.
Frankie Ball once had an interesting observation about that, but I think that would definitely get this channel shut down.
Darkside said, "Kitty."
As with most of Frankie Ball's comments.
Julian, do you want to read some comments out?
Okay. Julian, rugby league is huge in New South Wales and Queensland, but it was a Victorian versus a New South Wales team. Well, as opposed to me being in old South Wales.
Yeah.
It says we put the car in gear, turn the car off, and then put the handbrake on. Did you ever leave the car in neutral, John?
No, never. Oh, no, always first gear.
And
Unless I
Model
was working on
says, I use complete sentences, but from the generation that uses abbreviation.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Tiff is a young lady. Yep,
She's only 29, isn't she? Bless her.
that's my age too.
And Models also says, the void.
This is brilliant. Even Julian's calling them modders now. I like it.
And Nick says, Mystery Box Nick is here. Afternoon all.
Hey,
Good
Nick.
afternoon, Nick.
Duke says, good day, Mystery Box. And I've said, afternoon, Nick. And Model says, hey, Nick. Jim said, hello, Mystery Box Nick. Duke said, my dad used to say the only reason they were still together was the half and nothing is still nothing. Ha ha ha. Been married for 61 years. Jim said, 61 years, incredible, Duke. Good for your mum and dad.
Yeah.
Model said, I'm 30 this month.
Ooh,
I
what day
vaguely remember.
this month, Robert?
I vaguely remember 30.
Yeah, I do too. It was 30 years ago for me, so it's a very vague memory now.
Well, it was
I don't remember 30, and it was only 6 years ago.
24 years ago for me.
Oh, I meant to ask you, John. There was some kind of league championship happened on Sunday.
Yes,
The NRL, was that it?
that's right. It's our National Rugby League.
Right.
Yes.
And who won? Do you know?
So the game was between Melbourne Storm and Penrith Panthers. Penrith is one of the westernmost Sydney suburbs at the foot of the Blue Mountains. And the joke is, well, they get the name from what they used to call the Lithgow Panther, which was, a panther apparently let loose by Americans in the Blue Mountains in the Second World War. And unfortunately, the Panthers won. So Sydney won.
Okay, yeah, because one of the guys on Jason's show Saturday was Wombat Models. He was he's for Brisbane. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, now I know. Thank you.
So yeah, we've got the two main footy games that play over winter here: AFL, Australian Rules Football, and NRL, National Rugby League. And yeah, as we said, if you're Victorian, you're probably mad about AFL. If you're from the other two eastern states, you're probably mad about rugby. However, everyone does both. So my brother lives, the better looking man, he lives in Melbourne, but he doesn't like AFL, so he follows Melbourne Storm.
Ah, okay.
We have choice.
Okay.
Also, they play soccer over here with what they call football in the UK. That you play soccer as well, Jim, but that's not that popular. It doesn't really make the news or anything at all, unless violence breaks out, which is more often
As we
than
call
not.
it in Wales, kiss ball.
Kiss ball.
Kiss ball?
Yes.
Well, I prefer to call it football because you use your foot to move the ball. As
Yes.
opposed
I
to
know, right?
ball where they're taking the foot out of the game as much as they can.
Exactly. It is a wonderful game. It's just it's not overly popular here because we've got our own.
Well, it takes me a little while to get into it. I mean, I may watch World Cup play, but when those guys start flopping, I'm sorry. You guys are some of the best athletes in the world, and to see you guys drop like a bowling pin just makes me shake my head and say no thanks.
100%.
I remember watching a football game in Euro 2016 with Wales, and the commentator genuinely said of one player, he's doing what he does best, playing with the ball at his foot. He does know it's called football, doesn't he?
Yeah. But it's like that comment, it's very much a game of two halves. Well, really? Well done.
Yeah.
Could be a lot worse. Do you want to read them two out, Julian?
Oh, yeah. Duke says, I've been married for 36 years. You only get 8 for murder.
Yeah.
Oh, the crowd is lively today.
And Mother says, I'm not telling what day, Mikey. It's a secret. Laugh out loud.
It's all right. I'll just ask Sonic.
Yes, Sonic will know. Yes. Kiss, kiss.
Kiss, kiss. Kissy, kissy.
Yeah, that's it. I'm sorry. That was it. I missed it.
Sonic probably won't tell you if he likes breathing.
Yeah, that's true. Correct.
I'll find out. Don't worry. And we'll get Julian to sing "Happy Birthday" to you.
Yeah, that's a wonderful thing. I'd love to hear that.
That would be a mistake. That would be a grave error. My singing is like half a pound of gravel in a coffee grinder on the good day.
You can't be that bad, Julian.
Oh, yes. And that was when I could speak properly, not now.
Blimey. I just realized something. Oh, man. I'll tell you what, I made a cock-up of this Dragon Tiger 1 I'm working
I
on.
now know her birthday.
Okay. Well, don't share
Mother
it.
said my birthday doesn't fall on a stream day.
No, it falls on a Saturday, doesn't it?
Well, that's a Discord day,
Yes.
isn't it? Yeah.
Oh, speaking of Discord, you know, on my Discord, on the channel's Discord, if you guys want to go on to the smoke pit area where you can do video sessions and stuff, you're more than welcome. So you don't need to wait for me.
Yeah, I know the option smoke pit. What is that exactly, Mikey?
It's where you can go in and do sessions like this, where you can just go on video call and
Really?
have like a video session. Yeah.
So if I wanted to just post like what I'm doing right now, and I could do it on there, like you guys watching me build a model.
Yeah, I mean you can't post anything. What you do is you go in, and then you know how you've done on this. You click on the stream, and then you can go in and do. It's the same thing. It's like a video call but it's an unlimited amount of people.
Okay, I see.
So if the whole server wanted to go on, we could do.
Okay, very good. Thank you.
Oh yeah, it's on Sunday, and it's daylight saving time change.
Oh, that's right. You folks over there do it in what weekend of October? 1st, 2nd, 3rd?
26th. Is that when you change?
27th.
Okay.
Sorry, I just told you your birthday. Oh.
That's about a week. No. That's about a week before we do.
Oh no! How'd that happen? Yeah, because we've changed over now. It's 1:30 here, so I went live at midnight instead of 11 p.m. We changed over last weekend.
Okay.
The other day, yesterday.
Modders has made some more comments.
Mother says you cheated and looked on Facebook, didn't you?
Yes, it's your own fault for putting your information visible to the whole world on Facebook.
Yeah, I always put a false birthday when I was on Facebook.
And you missed one, Mikey.
But you can select it so that it doesn't show. What's that, Julian?
You can.
You've missed one, Mikey. Mother said actually no, it falls on a Sunday.
Yeah, I didn't click it, mate. My hands are here. Woo!
My information isn't
What?
to those people who aren't my friends on Facebook.
Yes.
You have to be my friend on Facebook to see that information.
Yes, but hackers can see it. They can get it.
Yeah, but I haven't been hacked yet because I'm sensible.
Whoa.
Welcome to the stream, Mother.
Close it.
Hi.
Hi.
Do you know what? I put the kettle on to make my cuppa and I still haven't made it.
Oh, I meant to ask, how did your assistant do helping you out there, Tiffany Willow? I saw your post in Discord.
She fell asleep on top of my jigsaw.
Ah, well, that's nice.
I've just poured myself another coffee.
Kittens are like puppies. They play hard, they sleep hard.
Yeah, she's nearly a year and a half old.
You have we would have a like colored pets. My dog is a black dog, and you have a black cat.
I used to have a black dog.
Yeah, yeah. I'll post a picture of them. Well, no, I did in the pets.
Yeah. I used to have a black greyhound.
Black greyhound?
Mm-hmm.
Never seen a black greyhound. No kidding.
It's like NATO black.
You mean like a grayish black?
No, he's black.
Okay. See, there you go, John. You're confusing me.
Julian.
Yeah.
For those people outside of our borders, you want to explain what your name means?
What, you mean the Hurting Cymraeg? Yeah, means Welsh idiot. Yeah.
There you go.
I'm sorry, could you say that again?
The tagline under my name. It's Welsh for Welsh idiot.
Oh, I see it. Okay, I can bet. Okay, all right, I get. Okay, Welsh idiot. Okay, well, I'm an idiot, but I'm not Welsh.
That's the not so successful follow up to American Idiot by Green Day.
Oh yeah, great song, isn't it?
I don't know if anyone's built Dragon model kits, but you reach a certain point where it's like time to put it all together, and I think that's where the real trouble starts. All the subassemblies go together well. Then when you go to bring it all together to form the vehicle, that's where the issues come up. It seems.
I've not done one. I should.
They're good.
So I've mentioned I had first world problems, so I honestly couldn't decide which kit to work on next. So here's the list of everything that was really, really close to being on the bench. Vellum Handley Page Hamden in 72nd scale.
Velvet.
The British, the Bristol Bulldog, British Bulldog, from FX1 that I was waiting for months. MiG-23 from Edward. MiG-20, wrong. MiG-21 from Edward. MiG-23 from Trumpeter. The J model Herc, of course, is always going to be up there now that I got everything for it. And the Victor, the Kinetic Harrier. You can see why I had trouble. And I nearly sort of grabbed Tempest Mark V.
Ooh, I like that one. I like that one myself. What scale?
48. It's the weekend.
Oh, good. See it. Good. You just gave me
that one.
Just gave me mine.
I'm really sorry about the glare, but yeah, that one.
Yeah, I see it. Yeah, I go for that one.
Yeah.
Tempest has always been one of my favorite British aircraft.
Yeah, but honestly, I'm just like I want to build them all. I just can't do them all at once.
I hear you.
The only other military one, AFV that I got here, actually, there's two that I would want to build. One's a Kugelpanzer, the ball tank, and the other one is a trying to sound like Gary, Sonderkraft Fahrzeug 234 Puma.
The Puma.
Or you might know it as Puma.
Puma. That's one of my favorite AFVs of World War II. It's a sleek combination of armored car and tank. It's cool looking.
Because we all like, that sort of country's engineering at the time, not necessarily their views.
I'll tell you what I've got in my hand, the Tiger 1. This thing is an engineering joke. It's a nightmare. It's ridiculous. Yeah. It was a mechanical failure, but it's gained a history and a notoriety probably because of its reputation gained during the war. Everyone was afraid of it, and people saw tigers everywhere. What did Monty call it? The bloody tiger syndrome or something like that, he called it. Everyone's seeing bloody tigers everywhere. But it's got a history and a note, and especially amongst modelers. You say, what am I building? Building a Tiger 1. Oh, okay, wow, great. You tell them you're building something like, what you just reviewed, Gary, that Kozak armored car, which looks like a model. And people are going to say, oh, okay, but Tiger 1, it'll get kind of like a Spitfire, but it doesn't have a well-earned reputation through its function. It was more of a dysfunctional vehicle. I mean, if you read up on it mechanically and engineering wise and everything, it just was totally unsuited for what they needed. World War II was a war of production.
Yeah. It was the same in the Battle of Britain as well, because a lot of German pilots would claim to have been shot down by Spitfires, when in fact they were shot down by Hurricanes.
Right, exactly. Well, the Hurricane outnumbered the Spitfire 3-1 during the Battle of Britain, roughly.
Oh, that's the other thing. Yeah, sorry, I didn't mention the Armour Hobbies 48 Skull. Hurricane Mark II.
You mean the new one? The one they just released? Or
No, the one that, it's the first one they brought out.
Okay. I'm waiting for
That's a lovely kit.
I know. I had a look at it earlier today, and I'm looking at it going, I could do it. But the only reason I'm not, it's this one, by the way. The only reason I'm not is I'm currently working on a Spitfire, and it's very similar. So, I just want to, just have a bit of variety.
Mm-hmm.
But,
I get it. I'm waiting for Arma to turn out the 40 millimeter Mark 2D, the tin opener.
So I'm looking at, I've been invited by Stefan and Miranda to join the Dutch Models for Veterans group build later this month. So this one is a sticker.
Oh, nice.
So I think what I was going to do for the 48 and 48 next year for Models for Heroes is I believe I'm going to. I'm sorry, it's all about me at the moment. I think I'll do that one, which is the 48 scale.
The glamorous Glennis.
Yeah. That looks like a nice build. But all the other 48 ones I've got are overly complicated, except for I've got an FX Spitfire, but again, it's too close to this Spitfire. So I'm thinking about. I've got another Mustang there. The FX one, but I'm thinking about getting just a cheap Hobby Boss Mustang because there's less pieces and it doesn't matter how crap they look. And then using the Aussie, this sheet on them. So that the British Commonwealth Occupation Force after World War II in Japan. So these are all our aircraft from what became Korea, heading into there. And they are the world's most boring looking Mustangs because, they're just generally all silver with, the standard British roundel and all that sort of stuff. The only bit of variety, I think, are the ones without the red spot. But
I like the original Aussie markings on there, the blue roundel with the white center.
Yeah, those ones. Yeah. So this one is already made up. That's sitting in the 77 Squadron cabinet, which I can't get to anymore. So yay. So I'm thinking about doing this one, which is interesting because it's got different color and font serial or codes on both sides.
Yeah. Oh yes. Yes.
Note the codes were painted medium sea grey on the port side. Uncertainty as to when the red lightning bolt was applied. So a red lightning bolt is 84 wing, which is the wing that still does fighters over here. But yeah, I'm thinking I might do one of these for the 48 and 48 for the Dutch one because it's going to be quick, and I like silver planes. But that's the sheet. Yeah. So shout out to Red Roo Models. They do really nice decals, which you might call decals.
Decals. I heard that once. A British modeler, a YouTuber. I was just at Telford recently, met some Americans. They were telling me decals. So from now on, I will say decals. Good for him. Good for him.
Yeah, it really doesn't matter. You know, people have accents, and let's just, you know, I think revel in the differences and just all that.
I beg your pardon. I do not have an accent. All of you have accents.
Nor do I. No, even Siri over here has no accent. It's the only place in the world that she does not. Let's do a test. Hey Siri, what's the temperature?
It's 16 degrees right now.
See?
Is she
No
in
accent
Austin?
at all.
Is she in Austin?
Yeah,
All right.
sure
all right.
is.
Beautiful. So, what's a common name amongst Australian females? What's a common name down there for?
Shazza.
I'm
Shazza
sorry.
and Dazza. Sharon.
Sharon. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, you know, there's lots. There's not many. My wife is Bronwyn, which is a Welsh name, but there's not many. I think for maybe 6 months sometime in the 70s was the popular name. Narelle used to be one of those 70s names that you don't have around anymore. It really depends what era, but you know,
Right.
for me it was like, you know, for you it would be the same names really, like
Yeah.
Karen and Jackie and all that
Right.
stuff.
Yeah, Karen is my mother's name.
Yeah. But, a friend of mine is Ngari, Ngari,
Oh, okay.
which is an Aboriginal name. I can't remember what it means.
I got to say, this is a little bit more interesting being on here, being able to do my own work whilst partaking in this.
Julian, do you want to do some comments?
Yeah. Duke said, I vote for the Bulldog. Can you make the Beta one? Or are you going to make a different one?
Ooh, good question.
The Beta one's a different mark, I think. The 2A, slightly later.
Is that the one he crashed in?
RAAF.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Scott's asked RWF.
Yes.
Hello, Scott's models.
And
I've
I've said the same thing about the Beta one being slightly later.
Really? No, it was. Yeah.
And then Scott says it's 5 here, outside, 23 inside.
Oh, that's comfortable.
Ooh.
Models said hi, Scott's models. Scott said hi, Dark.
Yeah.
Hey, Scott's models, and welcome to the live.
Yes, Scott's models. Yes, I like his avatar too. He's got my favorite version of the Spitfire.
Oh, I can't see it. What is it?
You can make it out. It's a Mark 8 with the shark mouth in the Australian.
Oh, yeah.
My favorite version.
Yeah.
Got to start building mine at some point.
Yeah. So that's another one I've got in the stash, but the little one I've got 72nd scale Skooma.
Aren't you doing yours in M4H1, Gary?
What was that?
Aren't you doing yours in M4H1?
My Mark 5
That
is
one.
an M4H.
Ah,
My Mark 8 is the Australian one. It's the 125 one.
Oh right, yeah, that's right. The new one is.
do you know, I've got a Mark, I think it's a Mark 8 or Mark 9 Spitfire. That's one of
That one.
the Academy one.
Yeah.
Ah,
Okay,
I've got
totally
the Academy
jealous.
one.
Oh, dear God.
So, Ngari, so my friend's name, I looked up the meaning. Ngari, pronounced Nyari, apparently. So the Noongar word for salmon. So she's named after a salmon.
Yeah,
Which is
so
funny,
most of the
'cause-
Scottish Parliament.
Yeah, right.
Most Scottish ministers are named after fish.
She, like me, used to be avionics on Hercules, and then she went to Orion's, like me.
Ah, okay. Very
She
good.
was the most excellent friend.
Most excellent. Very good. That way.
Duke says, "Good day, Scott." Scott says, "I have the 124th coming next month, sorry." And he said, "It's the Mark 8 Spitfire."
Yep, that's my favorite one, Scott. I've got the Edward kit, the Grey Nurse, in my cabinet behind me. It's I've got the old Otaki Mark 8 kit too, which I plan on doing. I don't know. At this point, it's 50-50. Another Aussie Spitfire or an SEAC Spitfire, because that's a theater that doesn't get enough attention in the modeling world.
Yeah.
CBI, truly the forgotten theater.
I think everyone needs to do more World War One.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree with that too, Mikey. You're right.
I got to admit, I totally love doing that Eindecker. Like, that's such a nice build.
You know, that looks like a great model to build. I don't know, after you're talking about how it behaved in the air, I'm really glad I didn't have to fly it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, everything. I'm going to say right here, right now, I've never flown one, but everything I've read is just, yeah. I mean, I think no matter what side you're on, you are a brave person to do what they did, and to do it day after day, like until you either meet the end. I mean, not many people got through it, but wow.
Yeah.
I can understand how the people that did make it were affected.
I thought so. Bless you.
Thank you.
Oh, you're not coming down with a cold, are you, Tiffany?
No, it's hay fever. They've done loads of stuff outside. I basically live in a park.
Oh, allergies. Okay. Yes.
Yeah, like the left side of my face is like swollen. It still hasn't gone down yet.
Oh.
And the antihistamines don't seem to be working.
No, the over-the-counter stuff has only so much strength to it.
It's not. I have like proper prescribed stuff.
Oh, really? Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
Oh, that is some strong.
I find that because there's two different types, I find that there's only the sertricine hydrochloride that works for me. The other one doesn't.
Say that fast.
Mine begins with a P.
Yeah.
Promethazine hydrochloride, I think.
Ooh, I'm famously not a chemist either.
Neither am I.
I find it's only the sertricine hydrochloride that works for me. That other one doesn't. I think I can't remember what it's called. But you can get two different types for like a box of 14 for £1.
Like that. So why don't we
if there's any positives that came out of COVID, I think the frequency of the common cold was certainly wasn't eradicated, but it certainly disappeared for quite a while.
Wait a minute. What was it, Mikey?
I said, don't say the C word.
Is that another one of those unmentionables?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even now, even though after everything's said and done.
Well, can we say influenza?
Even though they've proved it was all bollocks.
Well, have they though? I mean, the main reason it doesn't, it's not killing thousands of people now is because of everything that they were complaining about.
No, John. Even the medical companies have said it was all bollocks.
Anyway, let's move on.
True.
Yeah.
I'd have more fun talking about bloody Palestine, quite frankly.
That's definitely one we can't mention.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Mikey, Tiff, have you got anybody who keeps bees near you? Because I found out a few years ago that the honey from locally grown bees gives you a natural immunity to hay fever.
Yeah, it does.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm sure there is so many of me. Hang on.
Because naturally, if you live in the area where the honey's made, they're collecting from the same pollen sources, aren't they?
That's right, yeah. And it's the honeycomb. Because a lot of the people that keep bees, the honey has got the honeycomb in it.
Yeah.
And that really does help.
Okay. Well, leave it to nature to give us what we need.
Yeah, there's one called me. One near me called Little Town Honey.
There we go. Try some of that.
Yep, it certainly can't help. Can't hurt. I was going to say can't help.
Well, anything
Oh,
over
boy.
a pharmaceutical, your body can only take so much of that stuff going through your system.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Years ago, I had a holistic doctor I was seeking help from, and he told me, he said, you want to avoid pharmaceuticals as much as possible because your liver is the one that deals with all of that crap when it has to exit it from your system. And so the more pharmaceuticals you put in your system, the more burden you're putting on your liver.
Yeah.
So if you can find a natural solution to it, or the holistic medicine is based on Eastern medicine, which treats the cause, not the symptom.
Yeah.
Then you can get to the root cause of it and cure yourself.
Yeah. Right.
All right, so I'm going to show you what I've achieved because I can't go any further what I've done now. So I showed everybody earlier how I was putting the masks on. All I've done is basically all this, lots of, like, I've taken shares in a paper towel company, and I'm going to paint the red spots there, and low wing, and roundels and flashes and all that sort of stuff like that. And then once they're red, rejiggy everything, put the masks back in place, paint the blue or white, or then blue, then yellow, and everything else. So next time you see this, it should have the roundels, hopefully. In fact, hopefully by the next time you see this, it might have all of the these ones, all of the codes, registrations, and everything sort of on it, and that's what I'm shooting for. Oh, and here's the thing, because this sticker has the roundels under the wings. I can't find evidence that this aircraft would have had it at the time. However, I'm putting them on because it's my model and do what I want. But this is the same squadron at the same time and the same model in the Qatari instructions. This is HAZ instead of QAZ, AZQ. And you could probably see, if it didn't have the glare, that it doesn't have lower roundels on it. But I like colour, so I'm going to go for that look because...
Oh, I like the large roundels on the bottom side. I agree,
they
John.
look. Oh, I know, right? Let me kiss that. Mwah. Isn't that beautiful? That's lovely plane. No, I did that. I think I mentioned the last thing I did when I left Air Force is, hand in my security tag and all that sort of stuff. Walked through the hangar on the last time in my last day and kissed the F-35 on the Kangaroo on the roundel. Oh, it tasted like shit.
Is that a tradition?
No, it's just me. I just a spur of the moment thing because I spent years doing the best I could,
Right.
and I just felt like yeah, just a fond farewell, if you like.
Okay. Well, that's fair enough.
And it was the lips of the kangaroo, not the other end. Get your lips out of the gutter there. It tasted like crap.
Wasn't me.
I think that coating on the F-35, it's not meant to be licked.
So,
yeah.
Yeah. We're at 1 hour 54. So, Gary, do you want to show us what you've achieved?
I've put the fuselage onto my tank buster.
Ooh.
It's a this end is where the 6-pounder gun goes. So it flies that way. It's a pusher prop. So there it is. That's a start there. It's got a twin boom sailplane to go on and a vac form canopy. But yeah,
that's a strange looking aircraft, isn't it?
Yeah, and
it looks like wings run backwards.
Fixed undercarriage with spats that go on it.
But because of the design of the fuselage, it looks like the wings run backwards.
Yeah,
it does, doesn't it?
Yeah. But it does. Yeah, that's very much what it looks like.
Wow.
There you go. Yeah.
That's an amazing. Oh yeah. I would go for the strange and non-stop. I mean, there's a lot of people. You've seen it, Gary. A lot of people. Oh, another Spitfire. I love doing another Spitfire, but that is something that I'd reach for. Just that looks interesting, and everyone I do, the other Marley just goes, "Oh, you're a bloody idiot."
Duke's just put a lovely comment on for you, John. Says, John, did you tongue kiss the kangaroo?
You'd think, by the taste I got from it, you'd think I would have started at the bottom and worked my way up the roundel, but I did not. It was literally just a kiss, but it tasted like regret. It's unbelievable.
Regret and shame.
No, well, I was videoed, but I don't think anyone zoomed in at the time. I don't know if anyone else did it. You should tickle a herc under the radar, and there's a particular spot, but doesn't matter. It wasn't a kiss.
Well, my unit, because we're a recovery company, we had the Foden recovery trucks mostly. That's why I worked on them or Land Rovers. So as I was walking out the workshop, I just sort of patted one of the Fodens on the bumper as I was walking past it. So I knew I'd never get near one again. So yeah.
No, that's it.
Bald American, what have you been up to?
More work on the. I can remove the glasses now.
No, keep on. You look like the other Gary.
Yeah, the other Gary. Oh, right. I'm sorry. We're in company with the Gary.
No, do you know what he looks like? He's the American James Skiffins.
Yes.
Excellent. Good point.
Wow.
You're quite right.
You've just risen greatly in my esteem there, Bald American. Very good.
Thank you. And remember, it's Ken Frankenstein, Mrs. I've been working on the Tiger. I finally had the guts to glue in the gun breech to the inside of the turret because typical Dragon, it fit but not quite right. So I've made a decision on which way it's going to go. And I just glued it in position, so I'm going to leave it. I tested out the aluminum gun barrel that goes on there, and the weight of this draws the gun breech down. So I'm going to have to glue it in a position where it's going to be permanently attached, where with the gun barrel on, it'll look halfway decent. So that's what I've been doing. But I've been progressing on this quite a bit over the last week or so. I'm really glad I got it going again. And that's about it. But enjoyed the conversation and company greatly.
It's been nice having you building on here for a change.
Yes, and I agree. It is nice to do it. You're right. It's very, very enjoyable.
And your camera angle didn't suck too much, Jim. Had trouble getting that out, but you understand what I mean.
Yeah, doing this would have been bloody awkward. But there you go. I mean, I don't know if it's any better on your end, but on mine it looks.
It's only awkward when you stand up and realise you've forgotten you've got no pants on.
That is only after I have a couple of THC-laced seltzers.
That's why John doesn't stand up.
Now John pantsless. I could see that being a possibility.
Well, I don't stand up either. Because me and Gravity are not friends.
Yes, that's right.
How do you find being on the live stream today, Julian?
Yeah, good. All right, yeah. No worries at all.
Yeah, it's good having you, Julian. I like it.
Yeah. It's nice to put a face to the messages.
Well, I saw your face was there, but the voice.
Are you sure nice was the word you were looking for, Mikey?
Yes, of course it's nice, mate. Have you been working on anything modest?
No, I can barely see out of one eye, so I didn't.
Right. Oh my goodness, I'm sorry, Tiffany. I really hope you feel better.
I am going to go to bed after the stream is over.
Good.
Well, kind regards from the Southern Hemisphere. Everyone in the Southern Hemisphere says hi, in fact. Everyone.
You didn't have to stay up and suffer. You could have gone to bed, mate.
It's fine. I would have just laid in bed wide awake staring at the ceiling anyway.
But you wouldn't because you can't see out of one eye.
I've still got one good eye.
Winking at the
one good eye,
yeah. So I've done the bottom half. I've just got to do the. Oh,
Come on.
come on.
Can we zoom in?
it's frozen.
I thought you got new fandangle internets.
I have. I think it's StreamYard.
Maybe.
Yeah, I think it is too, because like I said, when you were moderating Gary's show, you didn't have a
Yeah.
problem then. You came through.
I think it's StreamYard myself. I don't know what the hell's going on.
As long as you can get your porn channels, that's all that matters.
Hang on, let's try switching the cameras back and forth. Let's see if that helps.
Not gonna work. That's on a bloody angle. All
Scary.
Yeah.
right. All right.
How about that? Oh no.
No, no, Jesus.
Oh, there you are.
Get into StreamYard.
No.
Oh, our host has disappeared. Now what do we do?
I think he's embarrassed by buttons.
We can't end the stream without him. We'll be on forever.
I have the end stream button.
Oh, okay.
Why didn't you hit it 2 hours ago?
I wouldn't do that to
Okay,
my
so I don't know what the hell's going on. StreamYard is acknowledging that the camera's there, but it's not letting me choose or it's chucking me out every time I try and use the camera.
Nope, he's gone again.
Yeah, there he was.
So,
Well, on
Gary,
that note-
you want to drop down 170 pounds of your hard-earned money to sit in a cheap seat at Wembley Stadium to see a football game that's about 5 blocks away from you?
It's not at Wembley. It's at Tottenham's stadium, which is the other side of London.
Oh, I thought it was Wembley.
Public transportation to that is abysmal. I'm really poor.
All right.
So yeah, it was a stupid amount of money, and
yeah, it's over 200 American to go to a nosebleed seat.
Yeah, absolutely. So no, I'll watch it on. It'll be live on TV next week. So
What are we talking about? I'm missing what game?
Chicago Bears have come over to play one of their regular season games over here. There's
Wow.
3 games in the UK this
Wow.
winter. There was one today, one yesterday.
Yeah.
One next weekend, one the weekend after. I think the one of the Florida teams sort of treats it as a home game, basically.
Yeah,
for some reason.
the Jaguars.
The Jaguars, that's it, Jacksonville Jaguars.
Well, the owner of their team owns, I think, Wembley Stadium. That's why I thought they would be playing there.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. No, they play at Tottenham. Well, I don't know about yesterday's game, but the Bears game's at Tottenham.
Okay.
Tottenham Stadium over northeast London.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Anyway.
it's going to be cold. It's going to be wet. I don't have a Bears Parker jacket, puff jacket, so I'm going to just get my shirt on, get my hat on, get my beer on, and watch.
I don't have $200 plus of my own money, plus what it costs to fly over there to see a bloody football game.
Yeah, exactly. So there we go.
Done the bottom half. So next step's the tracks.
Hey,
Oh, that's so
nice.
wow, you made a lot of
Just
progress, Mike. That's great.
So you got the rollers on the front and the back.
Yeah.
You got
So
notices
that's sorry. Which is the front? Which is the back?
there. That's the front.
Right.
I think it is anyway.
It's kind of confusing without the top half of the hull on there.
Yeah, it is. You're right.
That is a very weird concept of tank. Very weird.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go. Yep.
So yeah, that's the
Yep.
front.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
basically a metal pillbox on wheels.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
And
like an
tracks on
E-Citroen.
tracks.
It
But
tracks.
to give you a comparison, this Sherman's the same scale.
Wow.
Wow.
So they were actually
Uh-huh.
pretty big tanks.
That's a nice Sherman, Mikey. What model is that?
That's one of the Airfix ones. It was the first one I did when I first started.
Oh,
Sherman.
okay. That's basically an Academy kit. Okay.
So
Yeah.
are you saying that's the first model you did when you returned to the hobby?
Well, I did a couple of 172 ones, and then I did this one because my dad got it me for Christmas the year I joined Models
Nice.
for Heroes.
Nice.
Fantastic.
And I did the engine deck burnt out.
Right. Very good. Very good.
Wow. I've never built a Sherman.
I've
Yeah, I
got a
think I
lot
need
of them
to.
in my collection, but I've only built one. But I'm trying to find every variant of it, and that's a lot.
It's got very dusty because it's been on my shelf for like 2 years.
Yeah, the
Oh.
old monster can claim models.
So there's a bit of dust floating around like Gary's room.
Problem is, mine's got half a bear floating around as well.
Mm.
So,
Great stream again. Thank you everyone for tuning in and watching. I think
Yes. Thank you again for
Yeah.
having me. Thank you so much. It was very enjoyable, as always.
Mhm.
thank you, Julian, for showing us what you look like.
Julian, thanks for coming on.
Yeah.
You're welcome. No problem at all.
And thank you for reading some of the comments out for us. It's been helpful.
Yes.
If you stay on, afterwards you can still talk to each other.
All right.
So don't go anywhere, Julian.
Would I do that?
So thanks everyone for watching. Hope you all enjoyed the last 2 hours because you'll never get it back. If Modders is well enough, then we'll be back tomorrow to do the scratch build that we normally do with Budget Modeler. If not, I might try and come on my own, maybe. See how I feel. But we'll be back, definitely be back on Thursday at 11 o'clock for the 3 veterans building the Battle of Britain locomotive with John and Mr. Morris. Yes. Oh, somebody outside. So she'll see you either tomorrow morning or Thursday. So see you later, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.